Dunivant, Theater Bazaar. Theater Bazaar is the greatest masquerade on earth. Hail Zombo. It is a massive, immersive art installation on an unprecedented scale. We move into this building, which is the Detroit Masonic Temple, the world's largest Masonic Temple. We take over 8 floors of the building and completely transform it. Over 350,000 square feet of space that gets totally transformed into an unworldly experience. The scale of this thing at this point is so massive, it rivals a cruise ship. It's like putting on or producing 4 Broadway shows, 2 weddings, opening 6 clubs, 2 music festivals, and an art gallery opening all rolled into one. It is absolutely ridiculous, and it is not put on by any kind of production company of any kind. It is a community of friends and family that are doing things that, unlike anything else in the world, trying to achieve the impossible because we don't know any better. I haven't slept in 2 days, so I'm going to stumble through this. We are moving into the building right now. Our doors open in about 2.5 weeks. There are already stage managers and on-site managers living in the building on air mattresses. But before I get into the process of where we're going, I need to go back to the beginning, where we started, about 18 years ago in a neglected neighborhood in Detroit. We were surrounded by crack houses and an escalating drug war where it was such a neglected part of the city we could get away with everything, and so we did. We exploited that by building an illegal theme park, an amusement park on a massive scale, just because we could. It was a beautiful and incredible experience where I designed every aspect of it, and then throughout had friends and family in this community just trying to figure out every aspect of what we could do to pull something off on this scale. I would start off with doing conceptual art and then taking the aspects of this art and then breaking it down into blueprints and scale drawings and very tight, detailed works to show exactly what this construct could be. It was not meant to be any kind of historically accurate carnival. This is it's a creationist myth. It's using toys and dioramas of old penny arcades to create an unworldly world with almost like a puppet master or a god looking in on us. And so we built this for 10 years, doing concept art, models, to construction, the costume design and fabrication to build this up. All along, the houses were burning down around us, and we would just, as they would be removed, we would take more and more property and fence it in and create a larger world. This is what it looked like before, and then we made this out of it. And it was a playground. And over 10 years, we had a roller coaster, a Ferris wheel, underground tunnels, multiple stages, and 10 years into it, the mayor finds out. 18 hours before the doors, they sent in SWAT teams, the fire marshal, the chief of police, the health department, like everybody. They shut us down hard. We had multiple counts against us, and we were in and out of court for about a year. And it was at that point we had to either move forward or die, and we were looking for a new home. We dismantled everything, and the charges were dropped, and eventually we found the Masonic Temple. The temple itself is beautiful, but it's a giant, empty, sterile, very beige room that was not quite like the magical place we had built before. So it was basically starting from scratch. None of the things that we had built on the grounds fit here. So I had to take the blueprints to the building and then remap every single aspect, finding every outlet, remeasuring every door, and then designing every aspect of this to fit through those doors to get to where they were going. And now we start about a year in advance and work throughout the year building modularly so we can prepare to get here. Every detail, even the toys you win in the games, are hand sewn by my future mother-in-law. It's a family and friends extravaganza. these aspects of the pieces, because this building is historic, we can't tie into anything or obviously do any damage. So we have to build jack systems and other elements to kind of secure it without killing anybody. All along, like right now, from this vantage point, there's like some old gymnasiums in this side of the building on the Shriner side where the costume department moved in about a month and a half ago. And we have what are basically our ancillary characters where it's like popcorn girls and elevator operators and ticket takers. There's over 700 of these characters where the costume department has to create and fix and sew costumes, as well as the groups of the performance troupe that we built over time. Fabric department is putting in fabric. Our offices are in the basement on the far side, and they've moved in some time ago. These, on either side of the building, there's dressing rooms that fill the sides, about 5 floors of dressing rooms where, as I said, people are moved in with air mattresses and we don't leave. I'm about to move in with my fiance, and we won't leave this building for about almost till November, which is a surreal experience living here. In the meantime, all of the sets are being built modularly, and then we move in and assemble throughout. So this is what basically it looks like now, and it's pretty incredible. There's right above you is this whole entire footprint is our train ride. Below us is a DJ section where there's electronica playing. All 8 floors are going simultaneously for 9 hours straight. And we were able to build this diorama that you may have seen in the lobby that kind of brings the story of this where we came before full circle. And all of these things were built with mini servos and flamethrowers and all sorts of things. And every single character within these dioramas are all basically people that helped construct this world. In the meantime, because it is a full world, we've created other events or projects have been birthed from this, like bands like a jazz trio we created, the Theater Bazaar Orchestra. We also have performers that back 18 years ago when we were doing this, there were no fire performers, there wasn't burlesque happening in this town. We basically, even though we didn't know how to do it, we were training people how to shove flaming torches in their mouths if they were willing. And there were a lot of willing people, and there were a lot of willing people to bring this all together. So these fire guilds have grown from it. The Detroit Party Marching Band grew out of coming from this party. The Theater Bazaar Orchestra, which won a Detroit Music Award last year for an album. There's so much that goes into this that I can't possibly explain because I'm also missing a lot because I really need a nap. But it basically, the takeaway from all of this is essentially that you can achieve the impossible if you don't know your limitations. This has been an honor to work with an incredible amount of people that have given their heart and soul to pull this off, and we have achieved the impossible along the way. If you would have told us what we were doing some time ago when we started, we would have ran for the hills, which I'm basically going to do now. There are supposed to be some performers running out here to take my place, so I'm going to bail, but thank you.
chains on the back door when Zombo comes to town. Send your children far away so they won't be found. Lest they be morsels of mastication. Zombo comes to town. Masquerading as a clown, you'll know your number's up when Zombo comes to town. Oh, he's coming to get you. Oh, I see him. Oh, he's coming. Oh, he's coming. There he is. Look, here it comes now.
Bye.